Okay, all right. It has been a long while since I felt like doing this, to be honest with you. It's been some weeks. I was doing it pretty regularly, honestly, because it's like I had a lot to say, apparently, or nothing to say at all. Um, but I literally just dropped off my 1,000th ride, and I've been doing this for 5 months. 5 months of driving people around as a Lyft driver, and I just hit 1,000 people that have been in this car with me. Well, I guess some of it has been in the Buick as well, but the majority of it has been in this car. Still have my 5.0 rating and all that stuff, and honestly, I'm pretty happy about it. Not at all what I thought was gonna happen. I didn't think I'd be anywhere near like an experienced rider, but yeah, that's what I am. I'm also elite status as well, so like the top tier, the creme de la creme of Lyft drivers apparently, so that's pretty cool. I mean, a lot has happened and a lot has not happened. I'm still waiting on my car to get fixed so that I can sell that. I got this terrible loan I'm trying to get out of, which I regret doing, but it's like I wouldn't have gotten the car without it, so yeah, so I'm considering like signing up for like a credit card or something, because I get these offers in the mail, and then just like consolidating it into that, because it's like I feel like if I do that I can at least get it down to one payment a month, and as long as it's like, if it's like even the same amount technically, or just one of the payments, I'd be fine. But as it is right now, I'm just so fucking swamped, so it's like most of the time I just don't have any extra money. Basically $600 I'm pissing away right now every month, and I'm like, I can't catch up to pay the loan off in full because it comes out like every 2 weeks. So that's what I've been up to, just been working my ass off. I've been so like, I'll sit here, I'll get home, and I'll feel like I'm doing nothing and shit, and then I'll have to sit there and be like, no man, actually, I'm gonna open up the sunroof here. I'll be like, no man, actually, you've been working your ass off, and I have like physical proof of it. It's not like I'm not doing anything, so. But yeah, I'm like actually putting in the work, so it's really fucking annoying, because it's like I just can't see the fruits of my labors right now. I'm just working like a fucking dog. Feel like I'm in the rat race. I'm definitely in the rat race, so. Yeah, I also got another ticket. I don't know if I know I recorded talking about it, but I'm pretty sure I deleted it because it was like just 40 minutes of me rambling and shit. I got a ticket like when I first started doing Lyft, back when I had the Buick. I got that paid off, figured out, and all that kind of shit. But immediately after I got it paid off, like I went to court, did all this shit, got it reduced, everything. I get this ride to take this girlie to Chattanooga. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll try it, because it's like I drove to Panama, and that was kind of ass. Like the ride there was fine, but it's like I couldn't get anything on the way back. So I was like, well, I'll try a little bit of a shorter one, and still nothing on the way back. But anyways, I digress. I basically took her down there. I realized I had to take a piss, and I was like, we were like 45 minutes from the drop off, so it's like, I feel like it's pretty natural for someone to maybe speed up a little bit in that moment. I mean, we're on the highway. I get into a little bit of a convoy, so there's like a bunch of us doing probably like 90. Who knows? I'm not gonna say officially, but like it was a bunch of us, and we were going pretty steadily and pretty fast for a minute, and I didn't notice this cop that was just like sitting there waiting for us. So she caught me, and I was the only one in the group to get pulled over, which is lame, but it's all whatever. It's whatever. So I got another ticket immediately after getting rid of the other ticket. So it's like more money just going out the fucking window, and I'm like, bruh, can I not get a fucking break? But apparently not. So we gotta be on our P's and Q's all the fucking time. And just last month, like 2 days ago, I was actually late on damn near everything. I was late on the car payment by a day. I was late on rent by a day. I was late on my Geico payment for this month by a day. So I like grossly miscalculated how much money I needed, to be honest with you, and I just kind of it just slipped my mind. I got tired. It's so easy to get burnt out doing this, and like I would just have days throughout the month where I'd be like, it's fine, I'll make it back tomorrow, because it's like, yeah, I can definitely hit 200 every single day if I do this. $200 in my account. But the chances of me doing that every single day back to back are honestly pretty slim, because it's like I only have so much energy. I'm one guy. I'm also doing this with like an autoimmune disease, so Crohn's. So it's like I'm kind of having to like drive around bathroom breaks or like staying hydrated and stuff like that, because it's like I like to stay hydrated. I need to stay hydrated. It's like I have supplements that I take, and I just need that to digest well, and it's just good to stay hydrated in general. So it's like sometimes stuff just flows through me pretty quickly. So it's like having to drive around that, and like it can be a lot. It can be annoying, and like also to think about how I'm gonna eat while I'm driving, because it's like the more I drive, the less time I have at home to really like sit down and plan out my next meal, and it can really snowball really fast if I start just like, just willy-nilly grabbing whatever I can. If I was like an able-bodied person who could eat gluten and digest corn and all kinds of shit, I'm sure this would be so much easier, because it would just be something I don't have to think about. But instead, it's like, okay, well, how far am I from home? Is there something or somewhere that I can go where I'm going to be able to get gluten-free food that's not going to fuck me up in any way, and it's going to be somewhat good? So, just like a whole dichotomy that I have to think about pretty continuously. But the whole reason I felt like doing this today, though, is just because the weather. It's so dreary, which is my favorite type of weather. When it looks like it's about to rain and it's like really, really, really windy outside and kind of gloomy, to be honest with you, that's my favorite weather. I could live in that all day. I'd stay outside, never leave. So that's why I felt good doing this. And also I'm like halfway through my coffee as well. And I took half of an Excedrin as well, so that could be why too. I had a little bit of a migraine starting. But yeah, I'm currently working. I stopped because I hit my 1,000th and I wanted to do this, but yeah, I need to get money to pay back my dad for the phone bill, because I am like 3 days late on that. So, well, 2 days at this point. As long as I make him back the money. And then I'm gonna be quite a bit late on a credit card payment with USA, but that's like $100 and some change, so it's not the worst thing in the world. That's like a day of driving, so it's like I'll make that back tomorrow, if not today. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know how long I'm gonna last driving today. After the weekend I had, it's just been like annoyance after annoyance. So like there were highway shutdowns, all kinds of shit. I had this girl get in the car yesterday. First of all, it was an airport pickup for like, I think it was like $10, like 20-minute ride. And I was like, whatever, it's during the day, it's fine. It's like, those aren't really great airport prices. Like generally if I'm at the airport, it's like I need at least $20 to leave. But with this new like elite status thing, I'm like being a bit more lax, because whenever you're elite, you get like a 30-minute jump in the queue. So it's like waiting just really isn't that big of an issue right now. So I was like, all right, whatever. Go drop her off real fast, come back, just do it again. Like that's what I was thinking. But what happened was, I pull up to the spot, she's at another spot, and she's like, can you meet me here? I'm like, nah, do you need to cancel and like figure it out? And she's like, well, if I get blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, fine. Whoop-de-whoop, wop-de-wop. She's like, I'll hand you some cash if you wait for me. And I'm like, cool, whatever, fine, that's cool. So she finally gets over to the car. It's been like 15 minutes. I'm waiting on her. 15, 20 minutes. I'm waiting on this girl to get there. So she gets there. She gets in the car. She's all like, oh, thank you for waiting. I'm like, cool. I don't mention anything about the money because I don't do that. I'm classy or I'm dumb. I don't know, whichever one. And so we start going. And then I think it was like originally, like I said, like 20 minutes away. She changes the address while we're in the car to like someplace that's a lot closer, so the money is a lot less. So I'm like, whatever, we'll get back to the airport faster. It's whatever. I really don't mind that. It's like, you know what, if you got to change your address, that's fine. We get to where she changes the address to, and it's the wrong address. Whoever she was talking to on the phone, granted, she's been on the phone this whole time, like she's barely acknowledged me. But yeah, we get to wherever the address she updated was, wrong place. So she's on the phone with whoever she's talking to about it, trying to figure it out. And it took them like 20 minutes between the both of them just to figure out that she typed in the address wrong. I'm like listening to her talk to the guy, and I'm like, can you say the full address to him so he knows it? She's like, it's this. I'm like, just say the address. But that's common sense, so whatever. So finally, honestly, I think I might have said it. I think I might have been like, here is the address. And I think I might have just said it really loud because they were on like speaker or whatever. So she gets the right address. It's 16 minutes away from where we are. And I'm like, she's like, oh, I'm trying to change it in the app or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And I sit there and then I wait for it loading on. And then eventually I'm just like, you know what? All right, what is the address? She gives it to me. I put it in Google Maps and like, I'll just drive you there. So I drive her to the other address. Again, she's been on the phone this whole fucking time, which isn't an issue. It's fine. But just like, I don't know. It was just rubbing me the wrong way. And like the conversation she was having, I'm like, bitch, you're dumb. Like she's talking about some dude that she enjoyed hanging out with the night before, but she still had to block him for some reason because I guess he was saying that he loved her or whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, anyways, you just seem like a whole ball of mixed signals. But yeah, that took forever. And then I tried to go back to the airport. The road I was trying to get on was blocked. Let me see if there's a QT around here. But yeah, fucking hell, what was I saying? The highway was blocked because there was an accident. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just drive in the city. And then the very first ride I got in the city was another wrong address. This woman put in the wrong address, calls me, and she's like, well, I don't want to cancel because then I'm going to get charged. And I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. In so many words. And she's like, she gets to a point where she's like, well, what are we gonna do here? Where do we go from here? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait for the time to run out, and then I'm gonna hit cancel, and then you can try to call another one, because it's like where she sent me was just not even close to where she was. And I was like, you can't just expect me to just like continue to like basically drive around and try to find you in a crowd. She literally sent me a message, and she's like, I'm in all black at so-and-so very, very popular place that's full of people. And I'm like, are you dumb right now? Do you think I'm gonna like pull up and then like start shouting your name, or like, I don't know what you expect. But anyways, so I did that, canceled on her. And then after that, the day was fine for the most part. But it's just an all-around annoyance, so. But yeah, start of a new month, just hit 1K rides, thinking about so much stuff, like just so much shit has been going through my brain. I might try to get it down and record it. I've just been thinking a lot about my past and who I've been and all the me's that the people who know me now have never met and type shit like that. So just like real deep shit, you know how I can be or whatever. Just like coming to terms with my fuck ups and my shortcomings and the things I actually do like about myself. And in all honesty, You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get this going. Here we go. Here's what's about to happen. All right, it's still recording. We're gonna drive to QT real fast. But I don't know why it's been on my mind, but it's like, it's just been on my mind. Cause it's like, I'm like, where would I be if I hadn't been such a scared little kid for all those fucking years, you know? Like when I sold insurance, I made a lot of really good friends selling insurance, and I was like we had like plans. They were like, yeah man, I'll come to Atlanta and visit you and all kinds of shit. And it's like I just like deleted my Snapchat and sorry. I just saw this little child, this little girl on the side of the road, and she was just standing there, but she looked like she was built like a fucking she looked like a fucking bodybuilder. Sorry, it was just weird. I was like, she turned around and I saw this little child face. But then her body was like, oh, don't fuck with me. Ask the parents, what are you feeding your child? Can I have some of that? I'm just trying to put on a little bit of weight. But anyways, you would think that the Lyft app would like, I feel like it even said it at one point and it just doesn't anymore, but it's supposed to like give you rides within the area, but now it's just like, hey, be there. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, I don't know, it's just something else to learn. So basically I can just like, the more I get good at doing this, I can like be like, okay, I can be there in this amount of time and this amount of time for this and then this amount of time for this. Because it's like, then I can just like plan my day around like all the scheduled rides and stuff like that, and then there's a little bit less. Oh, fucking, like, jeez, sorry, my heart clearly grabbing the other side of my body right now. It's just a regular chest pain. But anyways, long story short, but it's like, yeah, if I can, like, plan my day around all this kind of stuff, then it just becomes a lot easier to do this. Because, like, right now I'm making $30 on one trip. So it's like, no, that could be several hours sometimes to get $30. Well, maybe not several hours, but like 2 hours. I feel like in any given 2 hour period doing this, I'm making probably like $30, but it's whatever. So basically, anyways, I started late. I'm headed over to the pickup spot now. I'm gonna be there hella early. I'm arriving at 11:15. The pickup is not until like 12, if I'm correct. So, like, I'm gonna be in the area. But the reason I'm kind of fine with it right now. Oh wow! I just realized they got rid of this Applebee's near where I lived at. No, I guess where I live at now. We used to live super close to it. It's crazy. The Applebee's kind of is significant, or was significant, because there was one day I was like really hungry, and I was basically just like dragging my feet trying to figure out what to eat. Ooh, free bicycle. For hours, and then finally I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Applebee's and get their dumbass wings, because fuck me, because this is back when I was like, I don't really have a gluten intolerance, and if I just keep eating like it's not real, I'll just not have it. So I was like, alright, I'll just go get those Applebee's wings because I love them so much. Because that was just like a regular cheat meal for me. I'd be like, I've been doing good without gluten for most of this week. I could have a little bit of gluten and be fine. Little did I know I was just killing myself faster and faster every time. But anyways, so I finally get there. I drive there. This is in my Veloster, and I pull up to the scene. I pull up to the spot in my Veloster. I parked my car, and there's this big ass GMC SUV, something like that, and it was like, they were like, it was, the dude was just like leaving. I'm really not as far as I thought I'd be. Anyways, 20 minutes just doesn't seem like anything to me now. Might as well have just stayed home, but I digress. So, so I pull up to the spot, and then this dude backs out right beside me on my right side, and he doesn't know that I'm there because it's like I pull up as soon as he's backing out, so he didn't see me pull up, I guess, because he wasn't looking beside him. I don't know how that works. But anyways, and he just basically turns his car, and he just sideswipes the entire right side of my vehicle for the most part. Just like, you hear it just like crunching up against it. There's definitely like paint removal. Fucking cops everywhere. Jeez. But yeah, dude, he sideswipes me. He fucks up my shit. I didn't know it at the time, but he fucked up my my doorknob or door handle, and it fell off like a couple months, if not a couple weeks later. So I was pretty upset about it, but not like the worst thing in the world, because I actually haven't even gotten that fixed. It's still like that to today. But he gets out of the car after doing that, and he just like hands me $2,000. He's like, "Hey man, go get this fixed. Here's $2,000." And I was like, "All right, say less." What did I do with that money? One, I paid back the guy that I live with, because he had loaned me like $1,000 to get it fixed not that long before. It was like an issue with the clutch, and then I had a friend who was able to replace the clutch for pretty cheap. So I paid him back the $1,000, and then I just bought a bunch of weed, and then spent the rest of the money on food and probably like gas, but mostly food. It was food and weed. That money went to food and weed. So if I was me now, same exact thing happened, I would have used that money to go to school or something, and then start paying people back, but whatever. But yeah, the Applebee's was kind of cool, and then I'm so tired. They're like, it's like a Mexican restaurant now. But I did a crazy thing, or a sane thing, I really don't know yet. Like 2 nights ago, I was driving, I was like, it's late, and I'm like, I'm kind of doing okay on money, even though I'm still behind. I'm just behind right now. Because honestly, the same thing keeps happening. I keep waking up in the morning, and then I get like bloated in my gut, and then I'm like, oh, and then it just makes me feel so sluggish, and I'm like, but I want to eat food before I leave the house. And then I go out and I get coffee, which helps wakes me up and like keeps me active. But it makes you shit yourself after a minute. So like, I'm literally basically here now. Damn. I'm really not that far from where I thought I was gonna be. And so it's like, I don't know if I should really like try to like pick up a ride now. And honestly, I don't want to. Yes, I know you're there. Scheduled rides. I just want to see my rides. Actually, I got 2 hours. So pickup's not till 1, and it's 11:16 right now. I am 12 minutes away. Like, I almost kind of just want to park up somewhere so I can like relax. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go over into this parking lot. Because my stomach is fucking killing me, dog, right now. It's literally like the worst pain. I'm just like so bloated and like I feel like shit. And I've been trying to like be more diligent with like, I just need to be more diligent with what I know I need to do. I probably sound like insane right now, to be honest with you. Wow, that bus took an entire 30 minutes to turn right. Oh, I gotta go now. Sorry, the light turned red or whatever. Alright, we're pulling into the QT right about now. Pulling into a QT. Girl, we love a QT. Okay, but yeah, I was just saying, I need to like basically just like be a lot more diligent with what I know I need to be more diligent of and like do it. Meaning like waking up and exercising, as well as vocal training as well, which I have been decent at, but just not what I would like to be. And then just to continue eating like I am and like to have the money to do that, meaning I need to have like some sort of probiotic. Coffee, if I'm drinking coffee, I need to be drinking double the amount in water. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel like shit. And then just to continue like making broth as much as I can. Which, speaking of broth, I just made a batch like 2 days ago that turned out perfect. 3 different chicken carcasses and like a little bit of meat left on them. And then I just added carrots, and then that was it. So that was all that I needed to add. I don't know if I'm gonna need to move. This guy's getting out of his car as soon as he wasn't in there. But basically, here is what I did. So I'm sitting here and just like acting like I'm on a phone call now because I was like, well, he's not gonna buy me just holding my phone and talking on the phone anyway. So what I did was I was driving the other night. I had this dude in the back. It was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, all right, well, I've just finished this coffee. Because he was like, I was set up to drive for a lot later. And I was like, well, I made decent money today. And it's like I had been kind of crushing it. And I was like, I can either go take one more ride, like get to the airport, take one more ride. That's going to take me an hour in some direction, most likely. And then go home after that. So basically 20 minutes to airport from where I was. An hour in some direction, most likely an hour to 45 minutes. Get a little bit more bread, call it a night. Or set it to pick up rides on the way home, which probably I wasn't going to do because sometimes you do that and it actually just doesn't work at all. It'll get you like a minute closer. It'll be like 45-minute ride and you're just moving beside where you need to be. So you're not technically getting closer. But the app did its job at that point. So it's like that's all that matters. But I'm in this predicament. I'm like, I still have my mental faculties and I have energy. And I was like, I kind of just feel like going home and maybe taking this test, this phlebotomy test. And so I was like, let's go home. And so I go home. I take a little hit of the old cart, make sure that everything that I need to have done is done before then. And then I kind of just start studying. I go over every single thing that I can possibly go over. And like, I make sure I commit as much of it as I can to memory. And I mean, I feel like I got a good chunk of it. Like order a draw, Erythrocytes, electrocytes, 5 different types of erythrocytes, which are white blood cell erythrocytes, or red blood cells. You know, like order a draw, we got, what is it again? Order a draw. It'd be funny if I got it wrong right now. But order a draw. So what is order a draw? Order a draw is the blood vials. So we start with our 2 blood culture bottles. There's one anaerobic, 2 different ones. Aerobic is one, anaerobic is the other. I feel like I'm not saying that right. We take 8 to 10 milliliters in adults, and then 3 to 5 in children. After that, we got light blue. Light blue is sodium citrate. That's the additive inside of it. Used for PT, PCT, D-dimer tests. Those are the tests that it's used for. After light blue, there might be a discard in there, but that wasn't on the questions. And it seems like the order of the draw is somewhat questionable depending on where you go. But after light blue, we go red. Red, which is a serum producing tube, even though it has no additive. That means that it clots, because serum is what you get whenever something clots. After red, light blue, red, then we have our gold. We have our tiger top, SST, our red speckled top or whatever. I don't remember what test that's used for. And then we have light green, dark green. Light green is lithium heparin. Dark green is sodium heparin. Don't remember what tests those are used for. Also, I don't think they asked it on the tests at all. And then after that, we have pink, lavender. Both of these have EDTA in it. And then we have gray, which has potassium. I don't know if it has potassium citrate in it, or if that's like a test it does, but I know it has something to do with potassium in it. And then we got royal blue, which is heavy metal testing. Yeah, hardcore. And then after that, we have... Dude, my stomach is fucking killing me. Let me drink this coffee. Heavy metals, and then you can have a red strip on it in which it would produce serum, and then you can also have a lavender strip on it in which it would produce plasma. But yeah, basically I go home and I start studying. I go over everything I can, which is these like things that were sent to me, and then also all of the test questions in the book, and I commit as much of it to memory as I fucking can, which I haven't already, because it's like I've been going over this on and off for a minute. So I get there, I get it all done, and then I'm like, fuck it, we're just gonna do the test. So I sit down and I do the test. It took me a minute. Had to like download some like Overwatch program so that they can like proctor the exam. I had to like take a picture of like where I was doing it and all that kind of stuff. So it was like pretty, I don't know, it was pretty nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. But it's like, I don't know, I was just in this like fugue state of just like, fuck it, dude, I'm sick of having this over me, and like thinking about it every day, how I'm not like doing it. And I don't know, before I took it, I was like, I know a lot more of this than I think I know. Because it was just like, I don't know, it was just sticking. It was like I had smoked the right amount. I was able to think pretty clearly. I had been a long day. I tend to be more active at night. So I'm like, it's late as fuck. So it's like, if I were to have the best chance, just knowing myself, it would be now. So I start the test at like 1 in the morning. And then it's a 2-hour timer, so I ended it with like 30 minutes left, because it's like I went through it and then I went and double checked everything, which I'm glad I did, because I hope I fixed one thing, because they were asking about ammonia tests and whether that needed to be on ice. And I put, no, it doesn't need to be on ice, because I'm thinking ammonia, pee, pee is warmed. So I was like, I don't think that's that. But then I went back, and the earlier questions, they explicitly state that ammonia needs to be on ice. So I was able to change that in a previous question. So I'm like, hopefully that helped out. But we'll see. I really don't know. I really don't know if I did good. To be quite honest with you, whenever I feel like I aced a test, generally during school times in my youth, I would always fail it. So the fact that I'm unsure is giving me more hope for some reason. But honestly, I really don't know. But I went ahead and did it because it's like I knew I had like another 80 days from the time I signed up. So it was 30 days originally from after the ending of the class to sign up for the test. And then you sign up for the test and they're like, well, you got another 80 days to do it. Oh, that feels so good on my throat. Technically my stomach, but I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom here in a second. Anyway, so yeah. So that could be either like a good thing or a bad thing. I could have maybe completely aced this test or completely failed it. It's one of the two. I really can't say. I hope it's the acing of the test, obviously, because I'm not dumb. And if I fail it, then I can spend $140 to retake it. So that's a fun time. And then I wanted to do a practice test, but they charged $40 to do the practice test, and I was like, I don't want to spend more money on this. So, anyways, but if that works out, I'll be super happy about that. And then if not, I don't know, man. It's like I'm still going for the CNA, so that's like the main thing. That's the mango. The mango is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. So if all of that works out, then I guess I'll be happier. I'll just be resolute in the fact that I'm not stupid, I guess. And then if I fail, then it's like, okay, I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy and an asshole for thinking I could do it like this. So we'll see. But it would be a nice story to have if it does work out. So. Oh. So yeah, we're just like waiting on those test results. It said like 10 to 15 business days or some shit on it. So it's like I don't even get like an actual like answer for a minute. And then it was weird. I was like, because it said it was proctored, so I don't know how it was proctored, but I guess it was like some AI program or something. But like I had to like essentially just like always be in the frame of the camera. I actually got stopped doing the test like 3 times because it's like I'd be thinking about some shit, and then it would just like, it'd be like, hey, you moved out of the frame of the camera, are you cheating, man? Stop it. Stop cheating. Get back into the frame of this camera. And then, yeah, I'd have to just like readjust and be like, oh, I understand what you said. You asked me to readjust my positioning. I understand that. I've readjusted. So like, let me take this test or whatever. So it was kind of weird. But I was over it, and I was like, I'm not going to be nervous about this anymore. I'm either going to do it and fail, or I'm going to do it and succeed. It's one or the other. Either I wasted a month of my time and some change doing this fucking class that my teacher told me was a waste of time at the beginning of it, or I... Forget that. Anyways, I'm just trying to make the most of this situation, because it's like I spent $1,200 for this fucking class, dude. I'm gonna take the gosh damn test, and I better fucking pass. I hope. I just wanted it to be done, so it's done. So, and I did the best I could, and it's like what I knew, and then everything on there I didn't know. It's stuff I just didn't have studied, essentially. It's like if I didn't look at it on those pages, I didn't know it. So I feel okay in that. It's like what I needed to know, what I could have known, I knew. I fucking knew it. I knew whatever I needed. And then there was just some stuff on there I just never heard of. We didn't go over. It wasn't talked about in that way. I'm sure if I had like been able to put 2 and 2 together on some of this stuff, it would have made more sense. But it's like I just didn't have everything I needed ultimately. So, but I mean, I guess that's test taking. Yeah, test taking at the end of the day. So. Fuck me, dude. Ugh. But yeah, so that's been done. That chapter of my life is almost complete. And then we just continue to save it for this NSA program, so. Yeah. I'm so down to be done with this part of my life, man. This part of my life is called the pursuit of happiness, and I am pursuing it like a motherfucker. I'm out here working like a slave. Not really. This still kind of feels like vacation doing this, to be honest with you. And the only thing stopping me from doing it more right now is just energy. So. It's like whatever. But I keep, like, sitting here and just, like, thinking, I'm like, how cool it would be to just tell my friends that I passed it, finally. Because it's like, every time I go hang out with them, they're like, hey, have you done it? Have you taken it? And I feel like, I'm not putting anything on my friends, but I feel like maybe they assumed I wouldn't do well in it. Just because I am the way that I am. I hang out with them, and I feel like I'm so ditzy and, like, extra. Or the opposite extra nowadays, because it's like I don't really drink, but they've seen me in my like drunken fugue steaks. I've said fugue twice today. I don't think I've ever really used that word in like the past several years in my life before, but I've used it twice today. I also just set the phone down too. Oh fuck, man. My throat hurts, my stomach hurts. When my throat is sore, my stomach feels bloated. My throat is sore because of vocal practice, and then my stomach hurts because Crohn's. So, and is bloated because of that as well. It's just lame, dude. It's lame that this is the shit I have to deal with. But it's whatever. Waiting for this fucking pickup, dude. I'm just tired, bro. Oh, I want fucking money. 12. I still got a minute. I was about to open the window, but I'm like, I really don't want to do that. Just turn on the AC for a little bit. I wonder. Okay, voice. Alright. Because sometimes if I have the Bluetooth off, it'll turn it back on. Which actually, the way this comes out, I'll probably have just mentioned that, because the last thing I recorded, or one of the last things I recorded before this was me hitting 1,000 rides on the Lyft app, which, baby, fuck with me. You know you want to get in this car. Yes, queen. Fuck, dude. I feel so exposed doing this right now. I've had 3 different dudes just come walk around the car, kinda. So I'm like, I don't know if they can hear me or not. One dude definitely looked back twice. And the other dude kind of like sat around the car for a second. And then the other dude was just like, he was in the truck in front of me. And he's like about to leave, and he comes out again, and he just like checks his tires. But I'm like, sir, you don't really look like you're checking your tires. You look like you're kind of low-key just listening to what I'm saying. Like, why are you checking your tires like that? Like, it's a big-ass truck, and he just, like, comes out and, like, kicks it or whatever. But whatever, I don't know. I don't give a fuck, dude. I do give a fuck. I give so many fucks. What am I saying? But yeah, I'm really not trying to ramble or anything like that, but I'm just bored. But since then, I've been, since the test, I don't know, it's just freed up my mind. Yeah, I've just been, like, going over a lot of, like, just random YouTube videos, as well as just, like, still continuing to watch MasterChef, which is still phenomenal. I finished season 13, if I haven't said that on here. Went back, watched season 12. And then I was gonna go into season 14, but apparently Prime Video got rid of season 14 of MasterChef, so I'm watching season 15 right now. And then I started season 15 assuming that Jock was not gonna be there because of situations and life and all that. But Jock is in season 15, and he's the whole reason I went back and watched season 12. I'm sorry, well, him and Poe. But Poe was, like, secondary. I really only cared about Poe because Poe was one of the judges in season 14. And I was like, well, let me get to know her. And then also I get to see more Jock because I wanted to see more Jock because Jock is just one of the coolest socialites I've seen on television in a minute. Is just, I don't know. There's certain people that I connect with, and they tend to be fucked up. I didn't know this going in, that he passed away the way he did or whatever. And I also didn't know Anthony Bourdain was suicidal, so I don't know. I just have a type of person that I look up to. So it's like whatever. But yeah, I went back to so 13 started season 13. Went to 14, saw Jock wasn't there, I'm pretty sure. In like the first episode, it was just like Poe, Andy, and then Grace. I think her name is Grace. I might be saying her name wrong, but the Asian one. The other Asian one, I guess, at this point, because Poe would be there. And I was like, oh, so he doesn't continue after this. But then I would go back, because I'm like, well, more Jock. And then I get to see Poe as well, because it's like I didn't know a lot about Poe. And then before I watch her as like a judge, I'm like, well, why not? Let's see, because it's like I can. Why not? So I finished that season, love it. It's great. Like you get to see like the group forming, because this is like their first season together. So they like get more comfortable with each other as the season goes on. So it's like nice to see that. Also, Jock's suits were not as cool in season 12 as they were in season 13, if you ask me. Not just me though. But I finished that season. Shout out to Amelia, winner of that season. Did not see that coming. Neither did I see Josh winning. I think I was his teammate, his homie Pete. I think Pete was Pete was the dude. I was like, Pete got it. I was like, it's either Pete or one of the other Indian people, like Dipindar, or I forget the older Indian lady. She was like my number one. But it was Pete. But anyways, Josh comes out of nowhere, just like kills it, and just like bodies everyone. Amelia fucking killed it. Her shoe pastry and all that shit. Why is my AC not that cool right now? That's funny. That's concerning. I don't like that. Maybe because the engine's not on. I don't know. But anyways, I finished that season 12, and I'm like, all right, time to go to 14. 14's gone now. They're like, fuck you. 14's gone. And I'm like, oh, fuck, now I don't get to see Pode be a judge, or she'll be a judge later. So I'm like, whatever. And so I go to season 15. And then season 15 has Jock in it. But they have a disclaimer as soon as the season starts, and they're like, we're sorry. We know the situation with Jock. We're here for that. Enjoy his life work, because this is what he did. And I'm like, alright. So now I'm watching season 15, and like Jock's there, and they have the disclaimer in the front. So I'm like watching it, enjoying it. I'm having a great time because it's like it's 3 people I fuck with. But like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I guess I'm like anticipating his death now. And like, I'm like, well, when does he not show up? And I'm like, is it gonna happen during the season? Or is it gonna be after the season? And I'm like, is there gonna be an episode where Jock is just not around now? And so I'm like, it's just like another layer that I'm watching the show with, so. It's kind of creepy and morbid, but it's kind of what I live for. And it's like, I'm gonna soak up every minute of this dude because he was such a joy to watch on screen. So it's like, I don't feel guilty about that. I don't feel guilty going back and watching Anthony Bourdain, you know, talk about food and describe life. It's a bit more morbid. It's a bit more sad because it's like a lot of those like ending credit monologues he would have, it just kind of gets dark after a minute. And some of them they're just not the happiest, and like stuff just doesn't always end on a good note and shit like that. So it's just kind of the same thing. It's like life is shitty, but like just because someone does something shitty, that doesn't mean that they're a shitty person. So fortunately for us, you know, people are just multifaceted. Multifaceted. I'm so dumb. Oh, fucking hell, dude. It's starting to get hot in this car, okay? Oh, oxygen kind of feels really good. So yeah. Long story long, I'm just watching MasterChef. Then I've been watching Voltiggeist, whatever his name is. Just different like political figures, breakdowns. Peter Thiel was one that I'm watching right now, and then Elon Musk was one I finished, and then I watched another one, but I'm blanking on it right now. But I don't know, I just want to be more plugged in, be able to have some sort of a stance on it if this stuff comes up. Or the willingness and knowledge to know when to shut up. Because some of this stuff just isn't worth talking about with some people, so. But that's politics. But yeah, I've just been like, I don't know. Doing this test has just freed up my brain to just like be open to learn. So, it's kind of nice. And, yeah. Let me close this window when I say so I've been like fully like smoking again, like weed, just because it's like I don't see me getting a job as a phlebotomist at this point with this specific certification. So I feel like I kind of changed my mind, which is why I'm going for the NSA, or I'm sorry, CNA, so that I can like stack the both. Because I'm like, if they see like a so-so phlebotomy certification and a very clear CNA certification, I'm like, I feel like my job chances are going to be pretty good with both. But with just a phlebotomy, it's just like, no one wants that. They're like, no one wants a non-experienced little bitch. And that's literally me right now. It's like I have no experience and no one's willing to give it to me, so But yeah, I've been just like fully smoking again because it's like that's the only way I was able to really steady. It's just hard for me to focus. Point blank. This is all it is. But I've got one more solid dab right now because a homie of mine came across some and she shared it with me. I used all of it, but then I went back, got the Reclaim that was stuck inside of the pot, or not the pot, but the, I don't know, the part where it gets stuck in. So I took that out. And then I like scooped out the actual container after I heated it up a little bit, and I got like a really thick ass fucking just like Reclaim glob. So it's like, if I pass the test, I'm getting high as fuck that day, and I'm gonna be fucking on cloud 9. Or if I fail it, I'm getting high as fuck that day, and I'm gonna be on cloud 9. So it's like, either way, once I get these results back, bro, I'm getting fucking blasted. And that's gonna be the last little bit of weed that I have, so either I buy more after that or not. I don't know. But or I could like continue the sobriety thing. I really don't know how I feel about it. 11:40. Pickup is at 1. And I think that's all I got. Alright, so I was thinking the other day about this conversation I had with a friend. And I've had this conversation with a few different friends over the years, but this was the most recent. We were actually at, if you're from Georgia, or Atlanta, I should say, we were at the Red Phone booth. And he was just describing how cool he felt when another dude of African descent, like myself, gave him a nod randomly in public, him being a Caucasian male. And this has been told to me like several times over the years, just like, oh my god, I got the nod. Like, it's a thing that people try to get, and it's like, that's something that I just kind of, I don't know, I get it everywhere. So it's like, I get random old dudes, old timers coming up to me, dapping me up, nodding me up, all kinds of weird shit like that. It's just something I don't think about, but for them it's like a really cool thing. Anyways, I'm sick right now. I took yesterday off because I was really, really tired. It was a Tuesday, and I was like, all right, whatever, just rest up so that I'll be good for the weekend, because fuck it, there's just no point in like pushing it if I feel like shit. But yeah, yesterday I took off, and I just slept for a lot of the day and just continued to watch MasterChef. So yeah, kind of enjoyed my time, kind of didn't, because it's like I wanted to be out making money. But yeah, but I mean, ultimately it kind of worked out though, because I actually found out yesterday. It's crazy. So I went to go check on my test results. I like actually went to the website that I went to take it on, and it still said nothing had changed, and I was like, ah, fuck. So but then like an hour later, I actually got a message from them, and they were like, it was like, hey, you got new messages, and it was like 3 different emails, and then it was like, it was looking like I passed, but I didn't see it. And then finally, in like the 3rd or 4th email, I finally said, hey, congratulations on passing. You are now a certified phlebotomist in the state of Georgia. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. I was very, very ecstatic. I hit the little dabberoo that I had been saving for a minute of all the Reclaim and shit, so I got obliterated. But it kind of worked out because it's like I was trying to rest. So it was like perfect timing. I was like, I feel like shit. I'm definitely not driving today. So it was like, well, so, but yeah, it was crazy. I didn't realize how like stuffed up my chest was until I actually tried to take the rip, to be honest with you, because it was like I could like barely inhale, and that's just normally not an issue for me. So but yeah, I've been out. It's like 9 o'clock right now. I woke up at 6 to start driving. I had to pick up at 7, so I've been out here for a minute, but I just feel so like under the weather, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like that underwater episode in BoJack Horseman right now. So everything's just kind of like cloudy and just like weird, and I'm at this Kroger, and they had like a rooftop parking lot, so I was like, well, I gotta go to the rooftop parking lot. And it feels like I'm like really high up too, so actually, I'm gonna go check out and see. Yeah, I'm gonna look weird as fuck because nobody else is out here, but whatever. My hair look crazy too, bro. I'm so out of it. I was hoping that by now I'd feel normal again, but it's not fully working. So it's like, yes. Sorry, I'm like looking in the mirror. Oh, you're just like dehydrated as fuck. Fucking can't sing for shit right now because I'm dehydrated as fuck. Alright, phone, wallet, keys. Alright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably go right. Check. I'm just kind of like holding the phone like I'm on a phone call. Yeah, I'm like way high up right now. This is pretty cool. Nothing says adventure like being high up in the sky, so. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like crap right now. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna obviously continue. I'm gonna try to get as much money in the account by 12 o'clock, so. Quick bathroom break at this Kroger and then back on the road, but yeah, things are progressing forward. I've been given a 2-week time limit on when my uncle can hopefully get the car done, so yeah, I don't know, things are looking okay, so, but yeah, test passed, even though no one's hiring a new phlebotomist right now, but I have no excuse to keep trying, so I suppose I will.
My name's Henry Rollins. For those of you who don't know me, don't worry. First off, don't worry. I am not running for office. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't care if you like me or not, and I'm not a comic, so you can relax. I've been allowed 3 minutes of your time. Thanks, Dennis. And so I figured out what I want to say in 3 minutes. I figured since you all are here and I'm here and we're both doing the same thing, which is breathing in and out, maybe I could shortly communicate with you. I just wanted to remind you of something. And what I want to remind you all about is something I call lifetime. Because if you think about it, you might say life is short, but actually life isn't short or long. It just goes whether you're here or not. You die, life goes on. You die tomorrow, I'm still here, I'm still alive, life goes on. Time isn't running out. It just keeps running before and after you. But your lifetime is running out every second. So I wanted to remind you of that fact and remind you of the fact that you live in a very dangerous country and you live in a very dangerous landscape. And if you're in the 213 area code, which we are presently in, which is Los Angeles, you're living in a very dangerous and violent climate. And part of the city burned for nothing. A few months ago in Venice, California, my best friend was shot in the face and had his brains blown out on my front porch for nothing. You can do a lot of things for nothing. And you can waste a lot of your time and do nothing. And I figure you get born with this body, and if it functions, I figure you're really lucky. And why anyone would want to screw it up is beyond me. So with the minute and a half I have remaining, I just implore you to stay away from the heroin, the dope. Why any of you would like to take those beautiful lungs you have and put cigarette smoke in it is totally beyond me. I mean, what's the matter with you? You guys were raised by wild dogs or something? But anyway, you are what it's all about. If anyone tells you you're lame or something, no one has anything that you don't have. You're what it's all about. You're it. And you're doing something really great, which is breathing in and out, which is a lot more than my dead friend is doing. And so you have to hold on to that. And it's all about lifetime. And I just wanted to remind you of it because I don't know any of you, but I like you. And I want to make sure you stay around, live long and strong, because I think that's much better than ending up in a plastic box in Burbank, California. Thanks.